The young activists. The young activists. My issue with the young activists is the fact that every time y'all make comments about the black struggle, y'all have to conclude your comments by saying this is about everybody. Y'all have to stop doing that. This is not about everybody. It is about us. This struggle is not about everybody. It is about us. Y'all have to stop saying that it's about everybody, because it's not. It's about us. This is our struggle. It is for black people. It is not for everybody. So I need you young activists. See, I need to do a political education conference for the young activists, because you're brilliant, you're intelligent, you speak well, but you still have an integrationist mindset. You say all that good stuff for 10 minutes, and then you end the conversation. This is not just about us. This is for everybody. No, it is not. It is not. It is for us and us only. Get that through your head. I know it's hard for y'all to understand that, because church in public school. I know it's hard for y'all to understand that because church in public school. I know it's hard for y'all to understand that because church in public school has convinced you that you must be colorblind and multicultural. But I want you to understand something. White supremacy was invented after the Bible. White supremacy was invented after the Torah. White supremacy was invented after the Holy Quran. So there's no solutions in those books for what you're facing. There's no solutions in those books for what you're facing. So we need to do a political education conference for young revolutionaries. You don't have to be a Pan-Africanist, but we do have to wake you up to black self-reliance. You might not be ready to claim Africa yet due to reasons of self-hate, but we still have to give you a political education so you can stop making our struggle for everybody. See, making it for everybody turned this into a damn white riot party. That's what that did. See, being multicultural sabotaged the whole damn movement and turned it into a white riot party. Let me explain something to you, my multicultural African-American activists. Let me explain something to you, my multicultural, politically uneducated, young African-American activists. If these white folk really cared about your freedom, let me tell you what they would have did for you. Remember a couple of weeks ago, white folk in many of America's states got fed up with the forced quarantine policies. Remember that? They said, we're tired of being in the house. And after white folk got tired of being in the house, what did they do? They got their rifles and they shotguns and they semi-automatic weapons. Correct me if I'm wrong, brothers and sisters. They said, we are tired of not being able to go to work. We are running out of money. We don't have food. We can't pay our bills. And you're making us stay in the house. We're tired of this. They grabbed a rifle, shotgun, semi-automatic, and they stormed the state capitals in at least a quarter of America's states. Who remembers this? It's only a few weeks old. Who remembers this? It's only a few weeks old. Who remember this? It's only a few weeks old. They stormed the Capitol, armed weapons, and said, we want an end to COVID quarantine. Did they not? And what happened within a week after that? The governors started talking about, we're going to go to phase 3 and phase 2 and phase 1. We're going to weaken and loosen up the quarantine restrictions. Well, guess what? My multicultural, politically uneducated, young African-American activists, if these white folk who are marching with you cared about you so much, why didn't they storm their capitals with rifles demanding an end to racism? Why didn't they do the same thing they did for COVID quarantine for black life and justice if they care about you so much? If they care about you so much, why didn't they grab their rifles and shotguns and semi-automatics and go to the capital, the state capital of Pennsylvania, the state capital of Michigan, the state capital of Minnesota, the state capital of Georgia, the state capital of California? If they love y'all so much, why didn't they do for you what they did for COVID quarantine? Because you too afraid to be part of an all-black march. Because you too afraid to be a part of an all-black movement. Because you too afraid to be part of an all-black cause, and you think I was going to run down there with a bunch of multiculturals? Y'all look at me like I'm crazy. I'm from another planet when it comes to y'all. I'm from planet Garvey when it comes to y'all. I'm from planet Malcolm when it comes to y'all. I'm from planet Nkrumah when it comes to y'all. I'm from planet Dedan Kamathi and Robert Sobukwe when it comes to y'all. And Sekou Touré when it comes to y'all. And Kwame Touré and Henry Highland Garnett and Alexander Crummell and Bishop Turner and Martin Delaney. I'm from another planet when you come to you integrationist Negroes. Keep on letting infiltrate. They infiltrated Black Lives Movement, turned it into an LBGT front. They infiltrated Me Too, turned it into a heterosexual alpha male attack movement on black males. They infiltrated the NAACP and the Urban League and turned that into a black bourgeoisie lunch party. Every time you let them in, they take over. Because they don't share power. Second rule of white supremacy, they don't share power. White people do not share power with black people. If you believe they do, provide me with an example. It does not exist. People who think they better than you will never struggle equally with you. People who think they better than you will never struggle equally with you. You need to understand, understand, and overstand what the Prince of Pan-Africanism is trying to teach you right now. Why didn't they storm their own state capitals with weapons? Do you know what would happen in America if all these so-called white liberals and white anarchists and white leftists, if they stormed every state capital of America and said, the next time a police officer kills a black person, we going to war with the police. You won't see another black person dead in America forever. I'm going to say it again. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand what I'm telling you. If these liberal whites really cared about you, they could storm their state capital and threaten the governors and tell the governors point blank with rifle in hand, semi-automatic in hand, shotgun in hand, they would tell them, if another black person is murdered by another white police anywhere in this country, we are going to war with the police. If they did that for you, no more black people would die in this country. You would never see another act of police genocide again in your life. So why don't they do that? So why don't they do that? See, I'm not your YouTubers. I'm not your YouTubers. I'm not your fake wokers. I'm not none of these hotep conscious community fake scam artists who ain't got no solutions for you. But another video, another debate, another documentary, another summer jam. I'm about solutions. I'm about solutions. So the next time white folks want to come infiltrating your protest march, tell them to go to the government with their weapons and give them an offer that they can't refuse. That's how you handle this. Y'all want me to believe that the police let black people do what they want for 4 days, including burning down police precincts? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? And to the white folks who are watching, to the white folks, we don't hate you. I don't hate you, white folks. You can struggle for me. White people, listen, you can struggle for me. Anglo-Saxon, Italian, Irish, Southern European, Western European, Eastern European, Northern European, you can struggle for me, but you cannot struggle with me. You can struggle for me, but you cannot struggle with me. You can struggle for me, but you cannot struggle with me. You can struggle for me by going to your own people. You can struggle for me by going to your own institutions. You can struggle for me by going to your own power brokers and forcing them to change. You don't need me to be with you, and you don't need to be with me. You can struggle for me, but you cannot struggle with me. You cannot struggle with me. You cannot join my movement. If you want to start a white movement for black justice, be my guest. I will applaud you and support you, but do not require my presence. I will support you, I will advertise you, I will market for you, but do not require my presence and do not come amongst me. Go ahead and fight for me. I do not have to be there. Go ahead. Y'all never do that. Y'all never do that because you're not trying to change nothing for us. You're simply trying to use our struggle to benefit your own agenda. I'm sorry, my political IQ is on max. When it comes to political intelligence, I'm mentally gifted. IQ of 180. Don't come to me with games. Don't come to me with games. They could end racism in 24 hours for black folks. All these liberals. All these liberals. Shout out to Michael Eric Dyson and Dr. Cornel West. Shout out to Dr. Dyson and Dr. West. Y'all my elders. You're very intelligent, well-learned, scholars, well-written, well-spoken. Old enough to be my father. And I will not disrespect you. But I need you two in particular to stop allowing Democrats to influence you to use this occasion as an opportunity to hypnotize black folks into going to the polls to vote for Joe Biden. Will you please stop being a tool for the power structure? I'm begging you, elders. I'm begging you, elders. I'm begging you, elders. Talk about the protests. Do not bring up the presidential election. Do not bring up Joe Biden. Stop it. Stop using my people's pain to help white folks get elected. It's not right. It's not right, and I know y'all know better than that. Please stop. Please stop. Stop it. You entertainers out there? You entertainers out there? I need y'all to go a little harder too. You entertainers out there, I need y'all to go a little harder because y'all coming off kind of soft right now. See, this is where you separate the boys from the men. This is where you separate the real from the unreal. You either for your people or you for the bourgeoisie. You can't serve two masters. You can't serve two masters. You either for your people or you for the bourgeoisie. You can't serve two masters. Are you grassroots or not? You can't have one feet in the streets and another feet in the governor's office. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. That's why I don't have relationships with black bourgeoisies. So I don't have to feel funny when I got to speak up for my people because there's no black bourgeoisies that I got a relationship with. I can't have one. It's a conflict of interest. You can't serve two masters. I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm going to probably take 10 questions, then I got to move on. I'm going to probably take 10 questions, then I got to move on. But that's how I'm coming at y'all.